tomorrow from 10 to 5. If there's any event, or maybe after the event, if there's time, we could have a little coaching session together. We can connect, collaborate, see if we can make something happen. Who's in the house? Who's in the house? Let's see. Aaron, how you doing, Aaron? What's up? What's up? How's everything going? How's the progress with the velocity banking, the policies? I mean, you're making progress, man. Hidden, how you doing? My guy, how's it going? Chilling. I'm in a nice quiet area. I was like walking around this whole airport trying to find something. Trying to find a little sweet spot. Hello, John. How you doing? Let's see. My messages aren't popping up. We got 10 people in the house. What's going on? Can you guys hear me? You guys hear me good? How's my audio? Am I speaking too low? I'm not trying to yell in here, you know? People waiting for their flights. About to tell them all about velocity banking. Tell them, listen, you need to get your finances in order. Hello, Raymond. How you doing? Listen, I've got like 15, 20 minutes before I have to bounce and go back to my spot. Has everyone got any questions, anything I can help you with that I can be in support for today? Do some velocity banking on the fly. Who's got a question? I think I just saw something coming about credit unions in the Nueva York, the New York City. Bunch of credit unions. You've got Bethpage Federal Credit Union. That's a big one. There's not too many local like credit unions that offer the personal line of credit. So for hidden, you're gonna want to look at like the major banks, TD Bank, Regions Bank, Wells Fargo. Like I said, Bethpage Federal Credit Union. It's all over Long Island. They have their branches in Long Island. They do personal line of credit and HELOC. And I've done a couple of videos. If you check out my manifesto, I've been doing videos in different states regarding credit unions to look at if you're looking to, you know, find that tool to get you right. I'm trying to connect to the interneto on my laptop here so I can like see the questions that come in. Let me see. Let's look at this chat box real quick. Albert, how you doing? Raymond, hello, my love. Allison, how are you? Just letting you know I'm alive. I'll text you later. What's the least amount money I can start infinite banking? You don't want to think that way, saints. Saints, you don't want to think that way. What's the least amount of money I can start infinite banking? You want to go big. You want to set the intention that we need to first pay off debt, get our cash flow right, get the line of credit that we want to get so that we can, you know, then transition into velocity banking. You know, you don't want to start with the freaking, I mean, let's see. Let me restart that. And just answer the question. The least amount of money I can start with infinite banking, I would say comfortably 6,000. 6,000. Putting in 6,000 a year, have a MEC limit of maybe 10,000. MEC limit of 12, 15, something along the lines of that would be ideal. So if you have at least 500 a month in cash flow consistently, 500 times 12, 6,000. And if you have a line of credit, maybe you got a line of credit for like 5 or 10K, that could help you, fund it the whole 6K for the whole year with the ability to put in up to like maybe 10. So you can add a little money throughout the year. And that could be something, you know. Let me see, what other questions? Questions coming in like crazy. Let's see. What's up, Ryan? Looking for the wisdom. How you doing, Canada? Let's see. Yeah, nothing in NY. No, that's not true, Hidden. You're not looking, bro. You're not looking. You're not looking. I have so many clients in Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, like all around. And it's no issue. You have to watch my videos. You have to know exactly what the criteria is for a line of credit so that you can go ahead and get what you need. Hidden says, got denied by Wells Fargo for personal line of credit. Felt like I got hit with bricks in my stomach. You did video on least amount of velocity banking. Okay, let's see. Thoughts on investing in stocks and how velocity banking can work with it. Okay, velocity banking, yes. Let me see, it's 3:21. My flight leaves at 4 o'clock, so I got some time. Let's see, my thoughts on investing in stocks. I personally have not done it yet. But if you're gonna invest in stocks personally and create your own, trading account, if I'm not mistaken, I believe you need to have like 25,000. Someone can correct me on that. I think you need to have like 25,000 to start with if you want to invest in stocks, like for real. Or if you're gonna go with like a financial advisor and just say, here's $100 a month or $500 a month or whatever it is, then there's that route. I don't desire to do that at all. I never advise my clients that way. I rather do it like someone like Tony Robbins, who just buys the index. He does something like that. Talks about Ray Dalio, guys like big heavyweight hitters that are in the investing world with stocks. They talk about buying the index. Forget about mutual funds. It's too expensive. Forget about those investment accounts. It's too expensive. You're gonna get killed on taxes, especially if you're investing as an individual rather than a company. Okay. Let's see. So, investing in stocks with velocity banking, that means you're putting yourself into debt, right? So you're taking from a line of credit to go into debt to potentially get a return. And then you have to worry about what? The taxes on that. You have to worry about losses and cost of investing. So I don't know if I love it. That's why I haven't tried it yet. I think I would rather, if I'm going to use debt, I would rather put it in real estate or put it in cash value life insurance or put it in a business opportunity that I know that I can do good at. That's my final recommendation on that. Random Turtle. Hello, Denzel. I'm getting closer every day to start. I'm doing my best watching your videos. My goodness, thank you. God bless. Got 30 people in the house. Let's go. Velocity banking on the fly. I'm answering questions, giving value. Put your questions below. Hey, if you're in North Carolina, anywhere near Raleigh, I can't say it right, hit me up if you want to hang out, connect. I'm going to this Women in Power Expo tomorrow from 10 to 5. It's a great event. All right, it's going to be a ton of networking, ton of opportunities to, really maximize what you're doing in your life, especially around your finances. Let's see, Saint says, okay, good. I was thinking 10x twice a year. Thanks a bunch for answering my question. Oh, 10K twice a year. Yeah, that's a good amount of money, Saints. I'm thinking you was talking about like, 2,000, 3,000, like, a little savings account. Let's see, next question. Hi, Denzel. Thanks so much for your knowledge in velocity banking. I was wondering about the recent video posted about using a HELOC for velocity banking. What was the reason for not going all the way down to zero? I don't know what video you're talking about. But typically, if I don't go to zero when I'm working with a client and I'm doing velocity banking, let's say I've made the chunk, right? I made a chunk. Now I'm in debt on the HELOC, and I got to do velocity banking. If that person has high cash flow, high income, we don't necessarily have to pay off the HELOC, like go all the way to zero, especially if it's like a 50K, 100K, you know, HELOC. I don't have to go all the way to zero before I make that next chunk. Why wait another month when I can just, boom, get into the next chunk, especially if I'm gonna be paying off a vehicle, you know, or paying off a student loan, and, you know, your first chunk wiped out 50% of the debt. So that second chunk, you're left with 40%. So it's gonna be less than the first chunk. That would be a reason why I wouldn't wait. All right, let's see. Raymond says, got 4 credit lines, 3 cards, and 1, yeah, 4 lines of credit, 3 cards, and 1 line of credit. Should I always use the higher limit, 6,500, or banking the 3,000? Interesting question. In my own personal finances, I use my highest credit card limit that I have. It looks great on utilization because it's the higher credit line. Sometimes what I do is I split up the expenses. So, you know, I'll put like gas over here, food over there, subscriptions over here, you know, just to keep the debt spread out, keep that utilization from like under 30%. I'm somewhere in the lines of like 10 to 15%. Let's see. Hidden says, how would I know how much policy for infinite banking? Good question. That depends on your 4 major numbers, my friend, where you're at currently on your debt, and a couple other factors. You know, you have to understand the concept before you jump into it, man. You don't want to get duped by an insurance agent because they will duke you, trust me. If they're not working with the 4 major mutuals, they're probably getting a heavy commission, if they're trying to sell you on this infinite banking concept, but they're not using the right insurance companies. That could be a major problem. So I think education first before you jump into the concept, just like you would velocity banking. You know, you want to educate yourself first. Hidden, I hope you're not all over the place. You're like, what should I do? Velocity, infinite banking, 10x, like, you know what I always say, get your finances in order first, get your debt right, and then we start making the next steps. Let's see. Thanks, great advice. Craig, how you doing? Thank you for all the content you do. Yes. This is my 1-year anniversary doing velocity banking. Yeah, that's so awesome. So happy with the results. Awesome. That's beautiful. Love it. Getting results, that's the way to do it, man. I think, did I just go through all the questions? I'm telling you, velocity banking on the fly. Talking quickly, talking fast. Who's got another question? Anyone I can serve today? You got a question, you're lost on something, stuck on something, I can give you a little insight. Figures you went live right after I gave up. What? Aaron? Oh, figures you went live right hey D, it's working. Okay, cool. It's working, I'm happy. We're getting results, I'm happy. If you're not getting results, I'm not happy. That's why you need to make the transition to velocity banking, man. Get your finances in the order. Raymond says, do you split the payment? Also, what do you pay one off completely first? All right, let me try and understand that question. So I think Raymond was referring back to, let me look at your other question. Okay, when I am, let's see, when I'm doing velocity banking with credit cards, Raymond, and the line of credit, you're asking, like, when do I pay off these multiple credit cards? On the due date, like every single time. So that's keeping it simple. There's that whole thing where you can, you know, set up your bills for after the closing date and buy yourself like an extra 30 days on top of, you know, what you're doing. That's for people who are in debt. I'm not in debt, so I simply just use like 4 or 5 different credit cards all at once, and then I know when the due dates are on those things. I just pay them off in full. I keep getting my rewards, and I just keep it flowing. I don't make things difficult when I'm using credit cards. Let's see, Holistic Harvest, how you doing? finance have been different than planned, but I'm working on my system, following my spreadsheet. There you go. Albert says, Denzel will be purchasing the annual program next week when I receive my 0% credit card, 15 months. No interest. Nice. Thanks. I wish I could have jumped on Lifetime, but it's fine. Oh yeah, Lifetime is, that was months back. A lot of people jumped on that, and a lot of people are jumping on this one-on-one coaching that I'm doing right now. If you look in the marketplace, in the industry around velocity banking coaches and experts, I charge a third of what everyone else is charging. Why do I do that? Because I can, and I'm a young guy. I don't need all that money just yet. I'm trying to help people that are not exactly doing well in their finances and can make sense of, you know, investing $500 to $1,000 in their finances. Most people can make sense of that. Once you start getting in the 3,000, the 5,000, the 10,000, then it's like, you know, you're really serving a certain amount of people, and everyone below that is the people that really need this type of education. So that's what it is. That's what I'm offering. I've got my annual program. It's still $99. It's still $997 right now. I've got my master class. It's $697. It's going to jump up to $897 October 15th. So you better jump on it now. Get your finances in order. If you're brand new, welcome. Let's see. Modeling says. All right, I got like 5 more minutes, and then I'm going to run over to my gate. Is it true, modeling? Is it true that the 4 majors will be changing the life insurance products to make it harder to do the infinite banking method? Modeling, I have no idea on that. I can tell you I personally have a policy with Mass Mutual and Guardian. I don't see why an insurance company like the 4 majors would make changes like that. They like it. They love it when you pay up front. Like I threw $70,000 into my Guardian life insurance policy. You know, there's major banks that are dumping millions, billions of dollars into. I don't see that changing anytime soon. I really don't. I don't know why they would make it harder. I think there's less agents teaching the concept. There's even less agents that understand the concept. That is what's difficult. That's what's hard. So I think, like, if you were to just, you know, if there's like a whole group of insurance agents and they're all preaching infinite banking, and you say, okay, I'm ready to start a policy. Depending on who you work with, they might charge you before they, you know, work with you, or they might have you go through a couple things. Like I have a whole process. You know, I tell people, listen, watch my videos, do velocity banking first, you know, especially if you have debt, you know, so it can be, there's steps to it. I think it's not easy to start the infinite banking concept. I don't think it's easy at all, but I don't think the company themselves is making it difficult. They're not making it easier. They're not training their agents on infinite banking. It doesn't make sense to. It's easier for me to just sell you life insurance where 100% of your money goes towards premium. That's easier to do. It's easy for the agent, it's easy for the customer. They don't have to think, they just pay the premium and you're done, right? Christian says, hi Denzel, I'm approaching my second chunk. The question is, should I keep chunking the monthly payment ahead, or should I save that specific amount for the, what? I'm approaching my second chunk. Should I keep chunking the monthly payment? You're always paying the monthly payment in terms of whatever debt you chunked at. Okay? Don't get that twisted. Chris Fisher, solely based on learning from watching her paid off 40,000 car loan within a year. Nice. Nice. All right, guys, I gotta head out in a couple minutes. Sharonda, hey DR, do you have to be completely debt-free to start IBC? No, not necessarily, although I prefer it. I prefer to be debt-free when I'm working with an individual. I prefer it for you to be nearly debt-free or debt-free. If you are in, let's say you've had a bunch of debts been doing velocity banking and now you're down to like one debt. Let's say that one debt is your mortgage. Depending on your cash flow and income, we might be able to make that transition. Okay, we might be able to just go ahead and make that transition. It does make sense in some cases. It just all depends on capital, cash flow, your commitment, you know, things like that. All right, I'm gonna do one last question and I'm out of here, going to the North Carolina. Like I said, if anyone's in the area, North Carolina, you wanna hang out, you wanna meet up, do dinner, something, I'll be in your area. Holistic, if our credit cards and a line of credit are maxed out, which do you pay down first? Seems like credit cards have a larger effect on credit score. If you have a line of credit, people, and you have credit cards, and they're all maxed out, typically you want to pay off the line of credit because that's where you can dump all your income, and then simultaneously be paying off the credit cards one by one, right? So you want to be sending all your money to your line of credit, which then the line of credit pays your other debts, the credit cards. All right, Holistic? Hope you guys have a wonderful day. God bless. Wish me a safe flight to and from. All right, we're building kingdoms out here. And you guys keep hustling and bustling. 10x your income. All right, pay off that damn debt so we can start having some more intelligent conversations. All right, we can't just be stuck in this debt thing forever. All right, have a wonderful day. God bless. Love you.